All right, children. So evaluate square root of 5 plus 2 root 6. So now we're going to use an identity. We're going to use identity a plus b, the whole square is equal to a square plus 2ab plus b square in order to find the value of this expression. All right. So now we have two terms. Yes.
Ma'am, how can we use a plus b to the whole square, ma'am? Because there is only 5 plus 2 root 6, no, ma'am.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to tell you now. Correct. Correct. So now we have two terms under the square root. We have two terms, 5 plus 2 root 6. Now you have to split 5 in such a fashion that you can make it look like a square. You can make this expression look like a square plus b square plus 2ab. So see here. For that, take the third involved there, 2 root 6. Now we're going to look at this as the middle term 2ab. We're going to look at 2 root 6 as the middle term 2ab. Now 2 root 6 can be further written as 2 into root 2 into root 3 or 2 into root 3 into root 2, whatever. We're looking at this as the 2ab term. Now 2 root 6 can be written as 2 into root 2 into root 3. Root 2 into root 3 is root 6. Or you can write this 2 into root 3 into root 2, either ways. So let's just go with this. So going with this, you can read this as 2ab, where a is root 2 and b is root 3. Read this as 2ab, where a is root 2 and b is root 3. So then if a is root 2, then a square will be root 2 the whole square, which is 2. And if b is root 3, then b square will be root 3 the whole square, which is 3. Clearly, we can write 5. See, 5 can be written in different ways. You can write 5 as 1 plus 4. You can write 5 as 1 plus 4. But we choose to write 5 as 2 plus 3. We choose to write 5 as 2 plus 3. See here, 5 as 2 plus 3. We write 5 as 2 plus 3 plus 2 into root 2 into root 3. So we have to first take up this term 2 root 6, which we are looking at as 2ab. We write root 6 as root 2 into root 3. So when you read this as 2ab, a is root 2 and b is root 3. If a is root 2, then a square will be root 2 the whole square, which is 2. And if b is root 3, b square will be root 3 the whole square, which is 3. So we have 2 and 3 here. For a square and b square, we have 2 and 3. We need a square plus b square plus 2ab. 2ab we have. 2ab we have. Then what should be a square and b square? If this is 2ab, then what should be a square and b square? A square should be 2 and b square should be 3. So we have 5 here. So we write 5 as 2 plus 3. We're not making any changes, meaning we're not changing the value of the given expression. We're just writing 5 as 2 plus 3. Now in the next step, write 2 as root 2 the whole square. Sorry, write 2 as root 2 the whole square, so that it reads as a square. This is a and b. 2ab. This is a, this is b. So a square, root 2 the whole square, plus b square, root 3 the whole square. What is root 2 the whole square? 2. What is root 3 the whole square? 3. Plus 2 into root 2 into root 3. So here we have a square plus b square plus 2ab, which is nothing but a plus b the whole square. A plus b the whole square. So you can just mention the identity, because a square plus b square plus 2ab is a plus b the whole square. This is the identity. And this means this is root 2 plus root 3 into root 2 plus root 3, which is nothing but root 2 plus root 3 outside. See, we have two equal expressions under the square root. We have two equal expressions under the square root. So how do we get rid of the square root? We bring one of it out. So this is the value. Evaluate this expression. The value of this expression is root 2 plus root 3. If you're given the value of root 2 and root 3, you can further continue. Root 2, suppose it's given 1.414, and supposing this is given to be 1.732, then you can just add and give the final result. But since that's not given, we leave the answer here. We leave the answer here. Yes, children, please write down the answer.
Ma'am, is the second
Second
one
one,
for us to do?
yes, Sangamitra?
Is second one for us to do?
Yeah, please try, yes. All of you, please try the second one.
Ma'am,
Yes.
ma'am, for the second one, the answer is root 3 minus root 5, ma'am.
Root 3 minus?
Root 5, ma'am.
Okay, yeah. So 2 root 15 can be written as 2 into root 5 into root 3.
Ma'am, A would be root 5 square and B square would be root 3 square, ma'am.
Yeah. So 2 root 15 can be written as 2 into root 5 into root 3. So read this as 2AB. So A is root 5 and B is root 3. So if A is root 5, then A squared will be root 5 the whole square, which is 5. And if B is root 3, then B square would be root 3 the whole square, which is 3. Clearly, we can write 8 as 5 plus 3. Because 8 can be written in different ways. 8 is 1 plus 7, 8 is 2 plus 6, 8 is 4 plus 4. But you have to write 8 as 5 plus 3 in order to evaluate this expression. So 8 is first 5 plus 3, then this minus 2 root 15. Now write 5 as root 5 the whole square, because 5 is root 5 the whole square. And write 3 as root 3 the whole square. Minus 2 into, okay, maybe I should have written 2 into root 5 into root 3. Yeah. So now this is like a squared plus b squared minus 2ab, which is a minus b the whole square. A minus b the whole square. The identity is a square plus b square minus 2ab is equal to a minus b the whole square. And this means we have root 5 minus root 3 into root 5 minus root 3 under the square root. So we have the same expression 2 times under the square root. So we get rid of the square root by bringing one of it out. So root 5 minus root 3. Root 5 minus root 3. So we first take up 2 root 15. We write 2 root 15 as 2 into root 5 into root 3. Because root 5 into root 3 is root 15. And now when you read this as 2ab, we find that a is root 5 and b is root 3. A is root 5 and b is root 3. So now a squared will be root 5 the whole square, which is 5. Similarly, b square will be root 3 the whole square, which is 3. And 5 plus 3 is 8. And that's what we have here. So we write 8 as 5 plus 3. 5 plus 3 is 8. So we're not making any changes in the given expression. Minus 2 root 5, minus 2 root 15. And 2 root 15 must be written as 2 into root 5 into root 3. Now 5 can be written as root 5 the whole square. See, 5 is root 5 the whole square. 3 is root 3 the whole square. So 5 is root 5 the whole square plus 3 is root 3 the whole square minus this one as it is. Now you can see a is root 5, b is root 3, and you can see that ab here, a square plus b square minus 2ab. So a square plus b square minus 2ab is a minus b the whole square. So this is a root 5 minus, because identity says minus. a minus b the whole square. So a minus b, which is root 3, the whole square. Because we have a square plus b square minus 2ab. And that is a minus b the whole square under the square root. Under the square root, a minus b the whole square. So this means root 5 minus root 3 into root 5 minus root 3. And now we get rid of the square root by bringing one of the two equal factors out. So root 5 minus root 3 out of the square root. And this is the value of this expression. So if we were given the value of root 5 and root 3, we just have to substitute at this point. So root 5, if it was given 2.234 and 1.732, if they were given, then we need to substitute those values and subtract and give the final answer. Now we stop here. So we are given x here. X is 7 plus root 40. X is 7 plus root 40. Let's find root x, children. But before that, let's write 40. Root 40 can be written as a mixed surd. Square root of 40 can be written as a mixed surd because square root of 40 is square root of 4 into 10. 7 plus 2 into root 10. Square root of 40 can be expressed as a mixed surd. 40 can be written as 4 into 10, and this is nothing but 2 root 10. Square root of 40 can be written as a mixed surd like this, 2 root 10. So x is equal to 7 plus 2 root 10. Now let's find root x. We need to find the value of root x plus 1 by root x. We need to find the value of, given the value of x, or given the expression for x, we need to find root x plus 1 by root x. We have x with us. Let's find the value of root x, which means we need to find square root of 7 plus 2 root 10. We need to find the square root of 7 plus 2 root 10. Go with that, children. All of you find out root x.
Ma'am,
Yeah.
ma'am, I have a doubt, ma'am.
Why don't we just finish this? At this point, you have any question, Shreyas?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, ask me.
Ma'am, if x is equal to 7 plus root 40, no, ma'am, why
Yeah.
can't we write that root x is equal to 7 plus root 40 to the whole root?
That's what we've written. That's what I've written here. Instead of square root of 40, we've written 2 root 10. You can see this x here, 7 plus root 40. See, this is x. You can see x here. 7 plus, instead of square root of 40, it's written as 2 root 10. Square root of x. That's what I've written. Square root of, this is x.
Okay, ma'am.
So now you understand, children. 2 root 10 is 2 into root 5 into root 2. 2 root 10 is 2 into root 5. Yes.
And the answer is root 5 plus root 2.
Yes, Kanishka?
The answer is root 5 plus root 2.
No, no, children, please. No. 1 minute. Let's finish. So root x is equal to square root of 5 is root 5 the whole square, and 2 is root 2 the whole square, plus, why did we write 7 as 5 plus 2? Because 2 root 10. Root 10 can be written as root 5 into root 2. Root 10 can be written as root 5 into root 2. Since root 10 can be written as root 5 into root 2, we get the clue from here. So we write 7 as 5 plus 2, not root 5 plus root 2. Root 5 plus root 2 is not 7. So since we see root 5 and root 2 here, we get the clue from this that we have to write 7 as 5 plus 2. So in the next step, 5 is written as root 5 the whole square, 2 is written as root 2 the whole square, plus 2 into root 5 into root 2. Clearly, it looks like a squared plus b squared plus 2ab. A square plus b square plus 2ab, which is a plus b the whole square. So under the square root, this is a squared, this is b squared, this is 2ab. So that can be written as a plus b the whole square. Now you have the same expression 2 times under the square root. So let's bring one of it out. So square root of x is equal to square root of, write the 2 times. So square root of 5 plus square root of 2 into square root of 5 plus square root of 2. So root x is equal to square root of 5 plus square root of 2. This is root x. Then what is 1 by root x? Please find 1 by root x next. 1 by root x is equal to 1 by root 5 plus root 2. 1 by root 5 plus root 2. Please rationalize the denominator and find 1 by root x. Yeah.
Can you see the answer?
Okay, Kanishka wanted to say earlier. Kanishka, what's the answer? I just thought I'll finish it because I don't have the final answer. I thought I'll just finish it. Okay. Yeah, tell me, child. Who's this? Kanishka wanted to share the answer first. Tell me, Kanishka, what have you got?
Well, 1 by root x is equal to root 5 minus root 2 by 3.
Your voice is too low. I'm not able to get it. Okay, somebody else wanted to say?
And root 5 minus root 2 by 3, ma'am.
Yeah, root 5 minus root 2 by 3. Yeah, by 3 because it's 5 minus 2. So 1 by root x is equal to root 5 minus root 2 by 3. Now we just have to add both. We need to find root x plus 1 by root x. So root x plus 1 by root x is equal to root x plus 1 by root x is equal to, what's the value of root x? Well, we get root 5 plus root 2. Root 5 plus root 2. And what is for 1 by x? 1 by root x, root 5 minus root 2 by 3 plus root 5 minus root 2 by 3. So we just have to take up the common denominator and simplify this further. Root 5 plus root 2, root 5, yeah. I'll take up the LCM. 3 is the LCM. So 3 root 5 plus 3 root 2. 3 root 5 plus 3 root 2 plus root 5 minus root 2. So that is 4 root 5 plus 2 root 2 over 3. I'll repeat the explanation, children. Please write down. I'll repeat the explanation. Finish writing, children?
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Yes. All right, children. Let's see it from the beginning. So we are given an expression for x. X is equal to 7 plus square root of 40. What we need to first do is always, whenever you can express a surd as a mixed surd, we'll have to do that first. So since square root of 40 can be expressed as square root of 4 into 10, which is 2 root 10, which means square root of 40 is 2 root 10. You can express this as a mixed surd, 2 root 10. So we'll do that first. X is given to be 7 plus root 40, which is nothing but 7 plus 2 root 10. 7 plus root 40 is nothing but 7 plus 2 root 10. So now this is x, but we need to find root x plus 1 by root x, for which we are going to first find root x, or the square root of x, the value of square root of x. Next, we are going to find the value of square root of 1 by, First, we find the value of square root of x, then the value of 1 by square root of x. 1 by square root of x, and add the two answers. That's it. So let's find square root of x first. So this is x. This is x. Square root of x, which means square root of 7 plus 2 root 10. Square root of x is equal to square root of 7 plus 2 root 10. Now root 10 can be written as root 5 into root 2. So 2 into root 5 into root 2. So this is 2ab. AB. So what is a square? 5. What is b square? 2. And what is 5 plus 2? 7. So we just write 7 as 5 plus 2. 7 as 5 plus 2. So 5 plus 2 plus 2 into root 5 into root 2. Now 5 is root 5 the whole square. 2 is root 2 the whole square. And this as it is, plus 2 into root 5 into root 2. Now this reads like a square plus b square plus 2ab, which is a plus b the whole square. And here you see we have root 5 plus root 2, 2 times under the square root. The same expression twice under the square root. So one of it comes out and we get rid of the square root. So root x is equal to root 5 plus root 2. So we found root x. What is root x? Root x is root 5 plus root 2. Next we find 1 by root x. Since we have root x is root 5 plus root 2, 1 by root x. 1 by root x will be 1 by, this is root x. This is the value of root x. See, 1 by root x. 1 by square root of x will be equal to 1 by, why are we finding this? Because we need to find root x plus 1 by root x. So we're not trying to find 1 by root x. 1 by root x is equal to, this is root x. So 1 by this one, root x. See, root x is this one, root 5 plus root 2, root 5 plus root 2. Now what do we have to do? Since the denominator is irrational, we need to rationalize it. So we multiply and divide by the conjugate. So we multiply and divide by the conjugate. So 1 into this numerator into this numerator, 1 into root 5 minus root 2 is root 5 minus root 2. The denominator is like a plus b into a minus b, which is a squared minus b squared. So 5 minus 2, 3. So now we have this expression for root x and this one for 1 by root x. Next is we'll have to find root x plus 1 by root x. Add the two results. We have something for, we have this for root x and we have this for 1 by root x. So simply add both by taking up the common denominator. Yeah, so it will be 3 into root 5 plus 3 into root 2 plus root 5 minus root 2. You know how LCM works. Over 3. Now simplify the like surds. 3 root 5 plus root 5, 4 root 5. 3 root 2 minus root 2, 2 root 2 plus 2 root 2 over 3. Yes, children. At this point, if you ask me questions, I'll be happy. Before we finish an answer, I appreciate your enthusiasm to ask questions, but let's just wait for us to finish the answer and then your questions are welcome, most welcome. Let's just follow that in the class. Yes, children, any questions? Should I wait for you to finish writing? Anyone still writing?
No, ma'am.
Completed, ma'am.
Good, children. Good.
Finish, ma'am.
Okay, yeah. This question is for you. Please try it by yourself. We have a equals 4 minus square root of 15. And we need to find the value of a square plus 1 by a square. So we know the root, or we need to, or we have a with the rational denominator. Next, we need to find 1 by a. We need to find 1 by a. And then we need to find a plus 1 by a. We have a with the rational denominator. Next, we'll have to find 1 by a. Then find a plus 1 by a plus 1 by a. And then use the identity. What is a square plus 1 by a square? Use the identity, children. Fine, I'll leave it there. Because you know that a square plus b square is a plus b the whole square minus 2ab. Use the identity and simplify. Or maybe you can find a plus 1 by a and tell me the answer at that point. We'll continue together. Find a plus 1 by a and let me know. We shall continue from there. Start working.
Found a plus 1 by n.
Very good. What's your answer?
8.
Yeah, good. What's the answer?
8 now.
Am I right? 8. 4
Yes,
plus
ma'am.
4. Correct, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now we'll just see how we can do using the identity and without the identity. Meaning, now we have a plus 1 by a is equal to 8. So you can also do it like this. We have a plus 1 by a is 8. We can square on both the sides. Squaring on both sides. Squaring on both sides. What do we get? A plus 1 by a, the whole square is equal to 8 square. And what is a plus 1 by a, the whole squaring on both the sides? See, we have found a plus 1 by a is 8. Write out that equation. A plus 1 by a, 8. Squaring on both the sides. A plus 1 by a, the whole square is equal to 8 square. Square on both the sides. And how do you expand a plus 1 by a, the whole square? This is like x plus y, the whole square, which is x square. Square the first term, square the second term, and then we have 2xy, 2 into a into 1 by a. Since we have a, I'm using x and y. I don't want to read this as a plus b, the whole square. Since we have a already here, I'm reading this as x plus y, the whole square. X plus y, the whole square is x square plus y square plus 2xy is equal to 64. Is equal to 64. Now a gets cancelled and we get a square plus 1 by a square plus 2 is equal to 64. So a square plus 1 by a square is equal to 64 minus 2. A square plus 1 by a square is 62. You can do it like this. You can do it like this, or you can directly write the identity and substitute. Like you can do it like this, or we know that x plus y the whole sorry, not x plus y the whole square, because we need to find what. Okay, it's not on the board. We need to find a square plus 1 by a square. We need to find a square plus 1 by a square, which means we'll have to find x square plus y square. How do we find this? This is x plus y the whole square minus 2xy. All right, and this is the identity. X square plus y square is x plus y the whole square minus 2xy. So where x is a, if you take x as a and y is 1 by a, then a square plus, substituting here, 1 by a square is equal to, children, this is the identity. X square plus y square is equal to, like you know, a square plus b square is a plus b the whole square minus 2ab. I've written the same identity using x and y. So we know this. Now, if in place of x, when you take a, and in place of y, when you take 1 by a, how will the identity look like? In this identity, if we take x as a and y is 1 by a, how will this look like? That's what we're doing here. So when you take x as a square, plus when you take y as 1 by a square, it will be 1 by a the whole square, which is 1 by a square, is equal to, I'm taking x as a plus I'm taking y as 1 by a, then this whole square minus 2 into x is a and y is 1 by a. Because we need to find a square plus 1 by a square. We'll have to find a square plus 1 by a square. Since we have to find a square plus 1 by a square, we'll take x as a. This is the identity which we know. So we'll take x as a and y as 1 by a. We'll replace x with a and y with 1 by a and rewrite this identity. So this is how it looks like. When you take x as a and y as 1 by a, x is a, y is 1 by a, x is a, y is 1 by a. This is how the equation looks like, or the identity looks like. Now substitute. A square plus 1 by a square is equal to, what's the value of a plus 1 by a? We found here, 8. 8. So it will be 8 square. 8 square. This is 8 square minus, a gets cancelled. So minus 2. So a square plus 1 by a square is equal to 64 minus 2. A square plus 1 by a square is equal to 62. You can also do it like this. So we have a, we find 1 by a, and then we find a plus 1 by a. At this point, since we have to find a square plus 1 by a square plus 1 by a square, we have this equation a plus 1 by a is equal to 8. So we write out that equation and square it on both the sides. We square on both the sides. So when you square on both the sides, it looks like a plus 1 by a the whole square is equal to 8 square. Children, am I audible? Can I go on?
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right, children. Good, good, great. So a plus 1 by a the whole square is equal to 8 square. Now this is like x plus y the whole square. How do you expand x plus y the whole square? X square plus y square plus 2x into y, 2 into x into y is equal to 64. Then you know a gets cancelled and plus 2 on the other side, because 2 into 1 is 2. 2 into 1 is 2. And plus 2 on the other side is minus 2. So a square plus 1 by a square is 62. You can do it like this by squaring on both the sides. Otherwise, after this point, I hope you're all listening to me. After this, we have a plus 1 by a is equal to 8. After this, if you can either work it like this or follow this one. Write out the identity. Since you have to find a square plus 1 by a square, you should write a relevant identity. So this is like x squared plus y squared. What is it? How do you find x squared plus y squared? See, this is like x squared plus y squared. So how do you find x squared plus y squared? You can find it by using this one, x plus y the whole square minus 2xy. And now you, instead of x we say a, instead of y we say 1 by a, and we rewrite this identity in terms of a and 1 by a. And this is how it looks like. Substitute the values. A square plus 1 by a square is what you have to find. Write that as it is. This one, we have already got the value, 8. Substitute. Minus 2, because a and a gets cancelled. Minus 2, so 64 minus 2, 62. Yes, children, any questions? All right.
Ma'am,
Yeah.
can you send me the picture of the ball?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yes, children, try this for yourself. Simplify 7 root 3 by root 10 plus root 3 minus 2 root 5 by root 6 plus root 5 minus 3 root 2 by root 15 plus 3 root 2.
Ma'am, the board is blurred for me. Can you send a picture?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you.
Okay, then I'll put it in the group.
Ma'am,
Yeah.
for me also the board is so blurred, ma'am.
What about the
I
others,
thought-
children?
Ma'am, for me also, ma'am.
Sometimes it's clear, ma'am, but after something it looks so blurred, ma'am.
Is it clear for anybody in the meeting here?
Ma'am, for some time it's blurred, ma'am. Then it is being clear.
It is clear for me, ma'am.
Who's this?
Kanishka, ma'am.
Okay.
Ma'am, it is also clear for me.
Deepika?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Fine. I just wanted to check. Yeah, children.
Ma'am,
Yes, the question is in the group.
ma'am, can you send me a picture, ma'am?
Yes, darling, I've just posted in the group.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
So we'll just work this together because you already know how to simplify an expression like this. You can do it on your own. In case you need help, you can just look at the board. 3 squared is 9, 9 twos are 18. I went wrong here. 3 squared is 9, 9 twos are 18. It's correcting that. Yeah.
Completed. Ma'am, completed the question, ma'am.
Very good.
Ma'am, not yet completed, ma'am.
No, no, I'm not clearing the board.
Completed.
Yeah. We have one more step to go to get the final answer. So I have nothing much to say, children, because this is not a new question. It's familiar to you. Take up this first portion, 7 root 3 by root 10 plus root 3. Multiply and divide by its conjugate, root 10 plus root 3. The conjugate is root 10 minus root 3. Multiply and divide. And now multiply the numerators. The denominators, they're like a plus b into a minus b. So a squared minus b squared, which is 10 minus 3, 7. And what you have to remember is don't multiply 7 root 3 with these terms in the numerator. In the numerator, do not multiply 7 root 3 with root 10 minus root 3. Let this remain like this till here. At this point, you realize that you can simplify the numerator and the denominator. See here, from 10 minus 3, we get 7. From the denominator, we get 7. So after multiplying and dividing by the conjugate, we simplify only the denominator. The numerator, we just write the product as it is, 7 root 3 into root 10 minus root 3 as it is. We don't actually multiply and get the final result. We'll just wait for the denominator to happen. The denominator is 7, and you can see that you can simplify the 7 in the numerator and denominator here. So they get cancelled, and that gives us root 30 minus root 3 into root 3 is 3. And now with the second term here, multiply and divide by the conjugate. Multiply the numerators. A plus b into a minus b is a squared minus b squared. Now don't multiply 2 root 5 with these two terms in the numerator. Don't multiply. Write the numerator as it is. Now this is 6 minus 5, which is 1. So now it is 1. Now there's no other choice. You have to multiply. You will have to multiply 2 root 5 with root 6 and root 5. So that's what happens here. 2 root 5 into root 6. 2 root 5 into root 6 is 2 into root of 5 into 6. Root 5 into root 6 is root of 5 into 6. So 2 root 30. And here 2 root 5 into root 5. So 2 into, you can write root 5 into root 5 as 5 straight away, or root 5 into root 5 is root of 5 into 5. Root 5 into root 5 is root of 5 into 5. And this is nothing but 5. So in step 2, we get 2 root 30 minus 10. Step 3, the third term in the expression. Again, multiply and divide by the conjugate of the denominator. Multiplying the numerators. Multiplying the denominators, which look like a plus b into a minus b. So we write them as a squared minus b squared. Do not multiply 3 root 2 with root 15 and 3 root 2 here. Do not multiply this with these terms. Don't multiply. Have the numerator as it is. Simplify only the denominator. So this is 15. I went wrong here, children. So 3 squared is 9. Root 2 squared is 2. 9 2s are 18. 9 2s are 18. So be careful. 9. 3 squared is 9. 9. Root 2 into root 2 is 2. 9 2s are 18. So 15 minus 18, which is minus 3. Now you can cancel 3 here in the numerator and 3 here in the denominator. But there's this minus sign in the denominator. Don't leave it. If it's just 1, you can ignore it. It's minus, which means minus 1. Minus 1 because 3 1s are 3, 3 1s are 3. There's minus 1 in the denominator. 1 can be ignored, but minus cannot be ignored. So take the minus up to the numerator. This minus to the numerator. So it's like this, minus root 2 into root 5 minus 3 root 2. Now multiply minus root 2 with root 15 and minus root 2 with minus 3 root 2. So this product is minus root 30, and this product, minus into minus, is plus 3. Root 2 into root 2 is root of 2 into 2. You can directly write 2 or root of 2 into 2, which is 2, and 3 2s are 6. So this gives us minus root 30 plus 6. So what is step 4? Step 4 is step 4, children, is step 1 plus or minus. Is it plus or minus?
Minus.
Okay.
Minus, ma'am.
All right. Yeah. So step 4 is step 1. The result we got in step 1 minus step 2 minus step 3. Result in step 1 minus the result we got in step 2 minus the result we got in step 3. So step 1 we got root 30 minus 3. Write the expression as in a bracket, minus. In step 2 we got 2 root 30 minus 10 minus step 3 we got minus root 30 plus 6. This is the answer in step 1. This is the answer in step 2, and this one in step 3. So write out those results and use the sign as given in the expression. So it was the first term minus the second term minus the third term. So like this. That's it. This is the final step. So what happens? Be careful. Multiply the minus, minus into plus minus, minus into minus plus, minus into minus plus, minus into plus minus. So root 30. Oh, sorry. They don't get cancelled. Root 30 plus root 30 is 2 root 30 plus 2 root 30 minus 2 root 30, 0. Root 30 plus root 30 is 2 root 30 plus 2 root 30 minus 2 root 30, 0. So it's like these three gets cancelled. Minus 3 minus 2 minus 5. Minus 3 minus 2 is minus 5. Oh no, sorry, minus 3. Where am I? Sorry, minus 3 and plus 10. Minus 3 plus 10 is 7. 7 minus 6, 1. Minus 3, sorry. Minus 3 plus 10 is 7. 7 minus 6 is 1.
And the answer is -1, ma'am.
Tell me how you got -1. Did you get these expressions?
Yes, ma'am. -3 minus 2 is equal to -5, ma'am. -5 minus 6 is equal to -11.
No. You're doing
So
the same mistake. No. This is not -2. No, this is not -2. This cancel. Minus root 30 minus, root 30 plus root 30 is 2 root 30. 2 root 30 minus 2 root 30. We have only these numbers. Yeah, we have only these numbers. Minus 3 we have. Then we have this plus 10 and we have -6. We have only -3. This is -2 root 30. It's already cancelled. Minus 3 plus 10 minus 6, which is 1.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah. Can somebody read this?
Find the value of 1 by root 3 minus root 2 minus 1.
Yeah, continue.
Correct to 3 places on decimal.
Find the value of 1 by 3 minus root 2 minus 1. Connect to these places of decimal if root 2 is equal to 1.414 and root 6 is equal to 2.45.
Yeah, good. So correct to three places of decimal. Correct to 3 places of decimal. So let's do this one. Take up the given expression 1 by root 3 minus root 2 minus 1. As we've understood in the last class, we'll enclose the denominator has 3 terms. Let's enclose the first 2 terms in a bracket. Let's enclose the first 2 terms in a bracket. Take up this expression given. The denominator has 3 terms. Let's enclose the first 2 terms in a bracket. So we have root 3 minus root 2 in the bracket minus 1. So now there are only 2 terms. Root 3 minus root 2 is one term and 1 is the other term, separated by a minus sign. So the conjugate of this expression will be, write that first term as it is, root 3 minus root 2, write the first term as it is, the second term 1 as it is. The connector here is minus, so its conjugate will have plus. Divided by, as I told you, we'll have to write the same thing. I'm just repeating it. This is the first term, root 3 minus root 2. This is the second term, 1. Here in the denominator, the 2 terms are separated by a minus sign. So the conjugate will be separated by a plus sign. So this is the first step. Next, multiply the numerators. Multiply the numerators. So this is nothing but, though the 2 terms are enclosed in a bracket, this is nothing but root 3 minus root 2 plus 1. This is nothing but root 3 minus root 2 plus 1 into 1. It's the same thing. So this here you can remove the bracket, root 3 when you're multiplying. So this is nothing but root 3 minus root 2 plus 1 into 1. It's the same thing. So the numerator is root 3 minus root 2 plus 1. This is the numerator after finding the product. Divided by, the denominator is like a minus b into a plus b. See, this is a and this is b minus plus. So the denominator is like a minus b into a plus b, which is a squared minus b squared. So a squared minus b squared. What is a? Root 3 minus root 2. This is a. This is a. This is the expression for a. A is this one, root 3 minus root 2. A squared minus b squared. B is 1. B is 1. So that gives us root 3 minus root 2 plus 1 divided by. Now this itself is like x minus y the whole square. This itself is like x minus y the whole square. So how do we simplify this? X squared plus y squared minus 2 into x into y. This itself is like x minus y the whole square, which is x squared plus y squared minus 2 into x into y. Minus 1 squared is 1. So the numerator, root 3 minus root 2 plus 1 as it is, divided by. So what should be filled here, children? Tell me, what should I fill here? What should I write here, children, in these empty places?
Root 3 the
Root
root
3.
3 the whole square plus
Square
2 root 2
the whole square.
Okay.
root 3 into root 2.
Okay. All right. So what will you get in the next step? What is root 3 squared?
3 plus
3.
2 minus 2 root 6.
Then
Minus 1, ma'am.
Minus 1.
minus 1. Very good. Very good. Yeah. Minus 1. So the numerator as it is, root 3 minus root 2 plus 1. The numerator as it is, divided by 3 plus 2. 5. 5 minus 1, 4. 4 minus 2 root 6. 4 minus 2 root 6. See your children? 3 plus 2, 5. It's not 5 minus 2. It's not 5 minus 2. So 3 plus 2, 5. 5 minus 1, 4. 4 minus 2 root 6. 4 minus 2 root 6. Now, even after this procedure, the denominator is still irrational. See, we started this because the denominator is irrational, so we wanted to rationalize the denominator. But even after multiplying and dividing by the conjugate, when you look at what we've got here, the denominator is still irrational because root 6 is irrational. Root 6 is irrational, which makes 2 root 6 irrational, which also makes 4 minus 2 root 6 irrational. Because root 6 is irrational, that makes 2 root 6 irrational, which makes 4 minus 2 root 6 irrational. Non-terminating, non-repeating value into 2 will be another non-terminating, non-repeating value. 4 minus this non-terminating, non-repeating decimal will be another non-terminating, non-repeating decimal. 4 minus 2 root 6 is irrational. So rationalize. Rationalize by multiplying, dividing by the conjugate of the denominator. So that will be 4 plus 2 root 6. So let's do this together, children. So we need to multiply the numerators and multiply the denominators. Multiply the numerators. So let me give you some time to finish writing till here. Please write down. Arab, kindly disable your mic.
Completed, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, can you send a photo on WhatsApp, ma'am?
Okay. Sure.
Completed, ma'am.
All right. Yeah. So now let's multiply the numerators. So that's going to be root 3 minus root 2 plus 1 into 4 plus 2 root 6 divided by a minus b into a plus b, or you can just write that first. 4 minus 2 root 6 into 4 plus 2 root 6. Now, in the numerator, you need to multiply the first term root 3 with the second bracket 4 plus 2 root 6. The second term minus root 2 with the second bracket 4 plus 2 root 6. The third term plus 1 with the second bracket 4 plus 2 root 6. Divided by a minus b into a plus b is a squared minus b squared. So 4 squared minus 2 root 6 the whole square. Now I want you to tell me the product. Write down till here.
Ma'am, 4 root 3 plus
Wait, Shreyas, yes. 1 minute. I'll just ask somebody. Wait. Vasudevan. Hitesh. Hitesh. Arav.
Ma'am, can I?
Okay, Kanishka, tell me.
Ma'am, 4. Ma'am, 4 root 3
Okay.
plus 2 root 18.
No, let's not write 18 because let's just write this 3 into 6. 3 into 6, I'll tell you 3 into 6. Then minus.
Minus 4 root 2
Okay.
plus minus 2 root 12.
So root 2 into 6, correct?
12. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Plus 4
Okay.
plus 2 root 6.
Okay. Divided by
Divided by 16.
Minus 8.
16.
16 minus 4 into 6, ma'am.
4 into 6. 4 into 6 is 24.
Yes, ma'am.
Minus
24.
24. Okay. Yeah, next. 4 root 3 plus 2 into. You can write 6 as 2 into 3, right? So 3 into 6 is 2 into 3 minus 4 root 2 minus 2 into root of 2 into 6 can be written as 2 into 3 or 3 into 2 plus 4 plus 2 root 6 divided by 18, not 18, sorry, 8 minus 8.
Minus 8, ma'am.
Yeah. Write down, children. I need to clear the board also. Please write down. If somebody else help me to continue.
Ma'am, 4 root 3.
No, not Shreyas again. Shreyas.
Ma'am,
Somebody else.
ma'am,
Yeah.
ma'am, 4 root 3 plus
Yeah.
6 root 2.
Plus.
6 root 2.
Yeah, 6 root 2. Yeah. Of the 2 3's under the square root, 1 comes out. So 2 into 3, 6. 6 root 2. Correct. 6 root 2. Let me just explain that again to the class. See, children, we have under the square root, we have 3 into 2 into 3. We have 2 3's. So one of it comes, 1 3 comes out of the square root. And out here we have 2 already. So 3 which comes out into 2, 6. And what remains under the square root? 2. So 6 root 2. This 1 3 which comes out, 3 into 2, 6, root 2. Yes, Ananya, minus?
Minus 4 root 2.
Yeah.
Minus 4 root 3
Yeah.
plus 4
Yeah.
plus 2 root 6 by minus 8.
Okay. By minus 8. Yeah. After this?
4 root
Ma'am, plus 4 root 3 minus 4 root 3 get cancels.
Yeah. Ananya, continue. Shreyas, thank you. Let's hear it from Ananya. Yes, Ananya?
2 root 2
Yeah.
plus
So 6 root 2 minus 4 root 2 is? Like such. 6 root 2 minus 4 root 2.
2 root 2, ma'am.
2 root 2. They're like surds, right? 6 root 2 minus 4 root 2. Like surds. 2 root 2. Yeah, then Ananya?
plus 2 root 2 plus 4 plus 2 root 6.
Plus 2 root 6 divided by minus 8. Yeah. Now, children, look at the denominator. It's rational. The denominator is 8 or minus 8, which is rational. At this point, we need to substitute the values given to us. We are given the value of root 2 and root 6. At this point, when the denominator is rational, yes?
Ma'am, actually in the numerator we have a common numbers, ma'am. Like 2 is common for 3 of the.
Yeah, okay. You can take out 2 common. Okay, fine. You can do that. 2 is common, so 2 into. No, one thing is that's not going to alter the answer. Yeah, 2 is common. You can take out the common factor 2 because you can simplify that with 8, right? Yeah, you're right, Kanishka.
Yes.
So 2 is common. 2 into root 2 plus 2 plus. Yeah, thank you, Kanishka. You're right. I didn't notice that. Divided by minus
Okay,
8.
ma'am.
Perfect. Yeah. No, that does help us. I didn't check that. That does help us because as Kanishka rightly pointed out, so when you take out 2 common, you're simplifying. So 2 and 8, 2 in the numerator and 8 in the denominator. You can simplify them and then proceed. Perfect, Kanishka. Thank you. So to bring out 2 common, so 2 root 2 plus 2 into 2 is 4, 2 into root 6. Very good, by minus 8. So now it is like this. So at this point, let's substitute the values given to us and get the final answer. Yes, do this for me. Please write down the value of root 2 and substitute the values of root 2 and root 6.
And it's minus 1.466.
That's what is given, 1.414 or just 1.41?
414 plus 2 plus
plus?
2.45.
Okay. Please do the simplification and tell me the final answer.
I got minus 1.466.
1.466. Is the numerator 5.864? Is the numerator is 5.864
Yes, ma'am.
divided by minus 4. Yeah, which is minus 1.466. So children, see the denominator is 4. What have we learned? When the denominator has primes only 2 and 5, it will have a terminating decimal expansion, and you can see it here, minus 1.466. Minus 1.466. Any questions, children?
No, ma'am.
Okay,
No, ma'am.
all right. Have you all finished writing? Should I wait?
Yes, ma'am. Finish right.
Completed, ma'am.
Okay. So we're given that 4 to the power 2x minus 1 minus 16 to the power x minus 1 is equal to 384. Given this equation, we need to solve for x. We need to find the value of x. Now 4 can be expressed as 2 squared.
Ma'am?
4 can be expressed as 2 squared. And we already have this power 2x minus 1. So multiply the powers like this, 2 into 2x minus 1. 4 can be written as 2 squared, 2 squared. So by writing 4 as 2 squared, we have this power 2. But there's already this power 2x minus 1. So multiply the powers, 2 into 2x minus 1. Minus 16 can be written as 2 to the power 4.
4 square.
16 can be written as 2 raised to the power 4.
To the power 4, ma'am.
2 raised to the power 4. But so now when you write 16 as 2 raised to the power 4, we get the power 4. But there's already the power x minus 1 here. Multiply the powers. We already have x minus 1. Now we have this power 4 because we've written 16 as 2 to the power 4. But there's already this power x minus 1. Multiply the powers. 2 to the power 4 into x minus 1 is equal to 384. Is equal to 384. Now let's multiply the powers. 2 into 2x is 4x. 2 into minus 1 is minus 2. Minus 2 to the power 4 into x is 4x. Minus 4 into 1 is 4. Is equal to 384. Is equal to 384. Now, I'll just, between these two terms in the LHS, I'm going to take out 2 to the power 4x minus 2 common. Between these two terms in the LHS, I'm going to take out 2 to the power 4x minus 2 common. So then in the bracket, I'm going to write 2 to the power 0. Now, how does this work? Because when you write, we have taken out 2 to the power 4x minus 2 common, and we have the first term as 2 to the power 0. So how do you get this term? The product of these two should give us this. The product of these two should give us this. So what is 2 to the power 4x minus 2 into 2 to the power 0? Because why have we written 2 to the power 0? Because it's 1. And this into 1 will give us the same thing. But how do you simplify this? When bases are same, we add the powers. 2 to the power 4x minus 2 plus 0. So that's anyways going to be 2 to the power 4x minus 2. You can also take out this common. You can also take out this common, any one of the two. You can even take out this as a common thing. So between these two terms, I'm just bringing out 2 to the power 4x minus 2 common. Now this into what will give us the first term? This one into what will give us the first term? Since this itself is common, into 1. Into 1 will give us the first term. And 1 is written as 2 to the power 0. In exponents, we know that anything raised to the power 0 is 1. So we write 1 as 2 to the power 0. Minus, the sign here is minus, so minus. Now we know we have to take the base 2. Only then you can multiply. Only when bases are same and its multiplication, you can add the powers. Only when bases are same and its multiplication, you can add the powers. So since the base outside is 2, you know that you have to take the base as 2. You only have a choice in the power. Choice meaning you can decide the power, but not the base. Base is 2 because we have 2 raised to the power 4x minus 2 here. The base has to be 2. Only then you can simplify. 2 to the power something into 2 to the power something can be simplified because when bases are same and its multiplication, we can add the powers. So the base has to be 2. There's no choice there. Base has to be 2. Because the base is 2 here, it has to be 2 here. Okay. Now, what should be the power? We must write a suitable power so that when we multiply this with this, it gives us this. We must write a suitable power.
0, the whole power 4x minus 4.
Yeah, 1 minute. 1 minute. So we have 2 to the power 4x minus 2 common. So this into what can give us this term? That is the question. So now we have 2 to the power 4x minus 2. And 2 should be raised to what? We must get 4x minus 4. We must get 4x minus 4. That means it should be 2 to the power
2 to the power 0.
No,
2x,
we have 4x.
So
Yes.
4x.
No? Can somebody tell me? No. No, see here. 4x minus 2 plus what? Will give us 4x minus 4. Okay, let me tell you. It
Minus
should be
2, ma'am?
minus 2. Minus 2, yeah, minus 2. Minus 2.
1x minus 2 is it?
No, see here. So 2 to the power 4x minus 2 into 2 to the power, I'm just writing minus 2. Let me see what I get. So base are same and it's multiplication, so we add the powers. So 4x minus 2, right? Adding plus of minus 2 is minus 2. And that gives us 4x minus 4. And that's what we want. We want 4x minus 4. So see here, we have 4x minus 2. Minus 2 and what will give you minus 4? Minus 2 will give you minus 4. So just put that minus 2 here. It's simple, children. See here. Now multiply these two. See, I told you between these two terms, I'm just bringing out this. Now this into 2 to the power 0 will give us the first term. You can see that here. This one into 2 to the power 0 will give us this first term. You can see it here. This minus sign as it is. The base has to be 2. The base has to be 2. So we write 2 as the base because only then you can multiply 2 raised to something into 2 raised to something. The base has to be 2. We are deciding the power. We should write a suitable power so that the product of these two will give us this as the result. So we have 2 to the power 4x minus 2 outside multiplied by 2 raised to what? 2 raised to what will give us 2 to the power 4x minus 4. So since we have 4x minus 2, we need minus 4. So another minus 2 we need. So now see when base are same and multiplication we add the power. So 4x minus 2 minus 2, which is 4x minus 4. Please understand that the product of these two will give us this first term and the product of these two will give us the second term. The product of this and this will give us the first term minus the product of this and this will give us the second term is equal to 384. Is equal to 384. Now 2 to the power 4x minus 2 outside as it is. 2 to the power 0 is 1 minus. We know that 2 to the power minus 2 can be written as 1 by 2 square. 1 by 2 square. Why? Because when the power is negative, and you need to make it positive, when the power is negative and you need to make it positive, you need to take the reciprocal of the base and write the negative of the power. That's how you write the equivalent of an expression. If you want to write the equivalent of an expression, 2 to the power minus 2 can be written in a different way. How can you write that with a positive power? How can you write 2 to the power minus 2 in a different way without changing its value with a positive power? The base is 2. Take the reciprocal of the base, 1 by 2. Take the reciprocal of the base, 1 by 2. The power is minus 2. Write the negative of the power, plus 2. That's how you write the equivalent of this expression. Take the reciprocal of the base. 2 by 1 is, the base is 2. Its reciprocal is 1 by 2. Its reciprocal is 1 by 2. The power is minus 2. Take the negative of the power. Take it with the opposite sign, plus 2. 2 to the power minus 2 is the same as 1 by 2 squared. This one is the same as 1 by 2 the whole square. This can be written as 1 by 2 square. This can also be written as 1 by 2 square. Is equal to 384. Is equal to 384. So I hope this is clear, children. The base is 2. Reciprocal of the base is 1 by 2. The power is minus 2. The negative of the power is plus 2. So the equivalent of 2 to the power minus 2 is 1 by 2 the whole squared. And this can also be written as 1 by 2 squared is equal to 384. So now 2 to the power 4x minus 2, open bracket, 1 minus 1 by 4 is equal to 384. 2 to the power 4x minus 2 into, 1 minus 1 by 4 is 3 by 4. You know that. Or take the LCM and find it. 3 by 4 into 3 by 4 is equal to 384. So 2 to the power 4x minus 2 is equal to 384. 3 by 4 when transposed becomes 4 by 3 into 4 by 3. Now you can, I think, simplify 12 plus 3, 15. Yes. So 3 1s are 3 1s are 3 2s are 6, 3 8s are 24. So 2 to the power 4x minus 2 is equal to, now the other side also, in order to solve for x, we have seen the same 8th standard. In order to solve for x, you must have both the sides in the same base. You must have both the sides in the same base. Now the LHS we have in base 2. The RHS also should be in base 2. See, you can multiply if you want, 128 into 4. But I'm not multiplying because we can write 128 in base 2 and we can also write 4 in base 2. Even if you multiply, you're going to get the same value. You can also multiply. So in order to find the value of x, in order to solve and find the value of x, we need to have both the sides in the same base. And in the LHS, since we have base 2, we need to write the RHS also in base 2. Now 128, what is 2 2s are? 2 2s are 4, 4 2s are 8, 8 2s are 16, 16 2s are 32, 32 2s are 64, 64 2s are 128. 2 into 2 is 4. 4 into, okay, let me write 2. 2 into 2 is 4. 4 2s are 8. 8 2s are 16. 16 2s are 32. 32 2s are 64. 64 2s are 128. So it's 2 raised to the power 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2 to the power 7. Into 4 is 2 squared. So 2 to the power 4x minus 2 is equal to, you'll have to add the power. 7 plus 2, 9. 7 plus 2, 9. So we have 2 to the power 4x minus 2 is equal to 2 to the power 9. Now, you know that when the bases are same on both the sides, we'll have to equate the powers. Bases are same on both the sides. So equating the powers. Bases are same. So equating the powers. Equating the powers. Equating the powers, we get 4x minus 2 is equal to 9. Simply equate the powers. Because the bases are same on both the sides. Base 2 on both the sides. So equate the powers. 4x minus 2 is equal to 9. 4x is equal to 9 plus 2. Minus 2 on the other side plus 2. 4x is equal to 11. X is equal to 11 by 4. You can leave it like this or write it as a mixed fraction. We'll take up a similar question in the next class, then it will become more clear. All right, children. So that's it for today's session. And tomorrow being a festival, we don't have a class tomorrow. Next, we are meeting on Friday.